Okay, cue musical intro. Boy, that's brilliant. I do think some things in the world are real. Like you guys. You guys are real. Most of you. Most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman. And I bring you the news, the real news. Yeah. Why isn't it the real news? I'll tell you about my day. We can talk about whatever. All of us together, we are going to run the game starting right here at this channel. You may use my resources, sirs. You may use my resources. I give them back. I rescind. Now that we have established dominance over this particular timeline, by which I mean we are invisible here, which is wonderful. So we have a secret club. Oh, I was invited to join the Illuminati today on Twitter. Remember Isaac Cappy said somebody on Facebook invited him to join the Illuminati and he didn't know if it was real or not? I guess I was like, Twitter, really? Like the messages are the least secure of anywhere on Twitter. Twitter, they just can see your messages pretty much. Anybody can, almost, from what I understand, or, virtually. Who feels like it, because they have to monitor for harassment, or that's, spam, all that shit. So I'm live on Rockfin today. People are watching my streams from a year ago. A year ago, I did an expose on P. Diddy. I was like, oh, here's what's up with Diddy. I was trying to watch it. It didn't work. So I texted Martin, the CEO of Rockfin, who I've spoken with before, to ask him what's up with this website, because I wasn't able to play videos that were older, like even maybe 3 months old. So that's why I'm on YouTube primarily. I would love to broadcast to X. If anyone wants to get in touch with Elon Musk or something, I can make a tweet about it, but my tweets just disappear or something. People respond and then their response goes away. I slip, I slide, I'm somewhere else. I'm another person. I change clothes. I'm out. Every timeline. I'm trying to establish the arc here by connecting us. One way to stay on the same, and this is, I'm speaking of this in response to another person who is jumping timelines in a much more civilized and less reckless way than I have. And that would be Diet, the reincarnated Mormon, who I actually had a session with when I was very depressed. And I think it was good for both of us. She does consultations. I'm going to be doing consultations. I am in the game to some extent, although I'm also above it. But I must be in the game because I need new things to really express what I want to express. I want it to be as beautiful, delightful, and entertaining as possible. And part of that is the visuals for people watching on YouTube. So I have a brand. I had to make sacrifices because of my bad behavior. And I lost a tube full of silver American Eagles, which is probably worth $700 or $800 at the hotel I threatened to burn down. When I was having a Jesus moment. But I had that Jesus moment. I intentionally broke my own code to push the limits. And I ended up at a mental institution for 11 days, locked down in a very uncomfortable bed and so forth, with people that got crazier the longer I was there. People started taking their clothes off. They were just naked boobies all over the place. Not the ones you want to see, believe me, but it's crazy. But they take these madmen like me who are threatening to kill people and burn places down and put them all together with no security anywhere nearby. And it's just like people are crazy, yelling at each other. This fat black guy, he called himself a Negrohim. I was like, yeah, I've been talking to the Elohim. He was like, I am Negrohim. And he would just like yell at people and stuff. He was super annoying. But that's why I invested in the cryptocurrency. You must take risks. You must try to build wealth. You must try to live longer and work longer, because you want, the longer you can live and work, the more wealth you can build in a system where the primary means of denominating currency is always going down in value by physical law that existed before our father, law that existed before anything. So I don't even remember what I said, but that's where we're at. Oh yeah. Fat nigga season is a remarkable meme coin, which I am stuck in. I am tripping. Okay. Like that expression, you're tripping. I am tripping because I see things when I just see things that aren't possible and aren't true. Like I exchanged some Solana for this meme coin, and I knew the math didn't add up, because it was like I thought I bought 2 Solana worth, and I got exactly 33,000. And then the price doubled to 66 cents. And I bought 3 Solana worth. And then my total went to 77,000. And I was like, that's not possible. I was like, the math isn't correct. I was like, there's something going on here. And turns out there was. I had spent all of the Solana in my wallet on $FAT on the Solana blockchain, which is kind of off the grid. You know, you can kind of you can have a wallet like Solana is a very, very nice, well-established cryptocurrency, which will do well over the shorter term. And when I say shorter term, I mean maybe 30 years, maybe 50 years, maybe 100 years. That's short term compared to Bitcoin, which is your eternal wealth storage device. I should say, everyone invests in Bitcoin should also invest in physical. And hopefully you know what that means, physical gold or physical silver. In California, and I believe other places, because silver and gold are commodities, and they are they shouldn't be you shouldn't have capital gains tax. You can buy with cash. Anonymous money is important. The founders made money so that it is anonymous, silver and gold, which can be changed, melted, restamped with another king, another war, another hero, whatever. Those coins can be changed, the faces, whatever. There's still just what's in there, which is physical. And that is anonymous money, actually. Originally, I told my dad to just buy gold and give it, just buy gold. They just take out cash. You can buy, I think, up to $10,000. In California, these are the rules. Like, they told me if I made a purchase of more than $1,500, there would be no sales tax. And then you can pay all cash, which is how you should do it. This should be an anonymous money storage. Silver, just silver, because gold is very expensive, right? So we're going to take the riskier road. Well, I'm sorry. You should have gold engagement rings, wedding rings. Gold is actually the best, the most consistent, and is at record highs at this moment, or very close. It was at least yesterday. at record highs, which Bitcoin is not, because gold fares well in virtually any environment. And actually, the more chaos there is, that actually makes gold go up, where Bitcoin actually goes down, like stocks. It kind of goes with stocks a lot. Even though it's not the same, that's how people trade it, it seems like. So anyway, FAT, $FAT. I'm going to be doing, I have to make money. My unemployment ran out. I was running the Jesus code, which was that you can't care about money and whatever the other thing was. And, God, right. So you can't care about money and God at the same time. Like, you have to pick one. So I focused on God. I had my own money. I saved the whole time I was working at Porsche. I refrained from buying a new vehicle, even though I'm driving a 2003 Nissan Frontier right now with a 4-cylinder engine, rolled down windows. I swear to God. I mean, this, like, someone who was like, I swear to God, I have rolled down windows in my vehicle like this. Crank. It's a crank. In my vehicle right now. I have no automatic locks. I have to stick the key in the door to open the vehicle. And I don't care. I want Bitcoin. I want wealth for me and my wife first, and then for my family after that. I want to establish something meaningful. I want to live a long time. I'm willing to work. This is my work as of now. So I had a very busy day. But I wanted to start my show around 4 p.m. and talk about something that was interesting. And maybe we'll start the educational phase, perhaps, because people that are joining us are very unique. Greek, you got some fat? Good. I got fat. I have fat. Oh, anyway, the story with fat. It turns out I spent I don't know, however much Solana was in that wallet. I had put it all into fat. I have no memory of that. So I have way more than I thought I did when I made what I thought was it was a small 5 Solana for me is like on something that's funny. They have funny advertising, very funny. And it talks about aliens and Joe Rogan. It's AI. It's like, to me, it was very amusing. I saw it early on and just said, I got to buy that. I'll just take a small risk, less than 5% of my entire portfolio would have been that 5 Solana. But then I looked at it last night and I spent all my Solana on it, and I have way more than 77,000 fat nigga season. And I have some set aside specifically for the secret Discord, crypto Discord, which is mostly men, because we understand money and technology. Or I don't know. Women are very smart. They basically are our masters, our slave masters. We work for them. Pretty much. It's sort of like a cat. Then you get a cat who doesn't serve you at all. You serve them. So basically, around your own household, you're a king, but in your house, you're their servant, pretty much. Unless, it's different for you. But you're a king out there. Out there, you get very much respect. People want to talk to you. They enjoy speaking with you. They thank you for talking to them. They say it was really great meeting you. That kind of thing. This is my life now. It's crazy. People stop me on the street to talk to me. One person told me I should stop vaping, and I committed right away to stop vaping, except on the show when required for the dragon code. You just to blow out the demons, basically. It's just symbolic. The dragon code is just symbolic. You blow smoke. It could be weed smoke. It could be whatever. I'm off the weed. I stopped that yesterday. You have to be ready to change your habits. You have so many bad habits. All of you, even the more advanced creatures that are showing up in the chat. You speak languages I just don't understand. They're either advanced AI or aliens, most likely aliens, who believe they're human, or humans that believe they're human but are actually controlled like a puppet by outside forces, all of us. We have it is almost an illusion, the whole freedom of choice that's part of this simulation, which I have been assured is a simulation by now. If it was not before, it is now. And that may be because of my coding from the future angelic version of me, who lives where there is no such thing as linear time, works with technology. A fallen angel, right? God did not want us to know about technology, and I had to learn why. It's very difficult because it can just fail. I've been on a timeline where my tap to pay doesn't work. My wife doesn't leave the house with her wallet frequently because you can just pay with your phone for everything. Well, imagine you walk down the street a mile away and all of that, it doesn't exist anymore. Literally, that's the timeline I've seen. I've been on it. I walked down the street. I was there. No more QR codes to scan on that's real. There used to be QR codes for parking, which made it very convenient, but scammers figured out how to put their own QR code on top of the official one for the real app to steal your money, basically. But what I'm telling you is technology may fail. You must carry cash. I'm down to $20 because I just have no money. And I just leveraged a bunch to get a bunch of stuff. Headphones, a new phone. I really like how it looks. What do you think? Can you tell the difference? I didn't sleep last night. And that's what I remember is not sleeping. I rested, but I had rested much more. The previous 2 days, I slept extra. I did not sleep last night. And you can see because of the effects I'm using and the fact that I just don't look that bad, that doesn't look like I haven't slept, which is nice. If you get to more advanced levels and you have the same gifts, which can be really our handicaps for most people, most of us, most of our lives. Those gifts, if you're following what I'm doing, you may not sleep and you may perform quite well. We are Tyler Durden, those of us who don't sleep. We are bipolar. We acknowledge that. And we may have dissociative identity disorder, where we go out of body, which I've done since probably I was 11 months old when I had a breathing tube put in. So those of us who are Tyler Durden, wow, that's a left-hand path, I feel like. That is really a left-hand path. It takes a lot of creativity and a lot of dedication. That's why I advise no one to follow the method that I followed, because it's just too much suffering. So anyway, here we are. Best day of my life. I told my barber. Just a shave. You're new. You're reborn. Remember, you have to be reborn all the time. Take a drink of water. If you were a ghost, you'd have to vomit. I tested it. If you're a ghost, you will vomit. Just drinking water, which I did in my car with somebody videotaping me with their iPhone in Grover Beach. When a lady walked up to me and she says, hey, I know you. We met before. You know Anna. And I was like, oh, yeah, Anna. I have been looking for Anna. She was like, yeah, I met you before. Older lady. Oh, I hate to see you suffering, because I just felt like I was going to die at that, because I had to be willing to die. And so I felt like I was going to die every day. It's insane. If you're making any sense of this, actually, you're insane. So it's not just me. I do not want to go back to the hospital. So I take my pills and all that stuff. I want to be peaceful, mellow. I want to laugh. I want to feel sad every day. And today I almost cried several times. It makes me feel good. A woman prayed for me right on the street. A woman who saw me vaping and wanted to tell me that it was bad for me. Then she asked, do you know Jesus Christ? I said, well, yeah, as a matter of fact. I have a personal relationship with him. And she was like, let me pray for you. And I was like, oh, God bless you. And it made me feel so good. So, God, that's a lot of ranting. It's similar to being manic. I'm taking my medication. Oh, this will be a 2-hour show. We'll have a super chat goal of 10 super chats of more than $5 each. This is my job right now. Teaching as much as possible, learning as much as possible, and then teaching as much as possible so that any of you who follow me do not have to go through the most difficult portions where you just are afraid you're going to die every single day. Or you have to go through the depression, which I went through, where you wanted to die every single day. So you could just get the hell out of this simulation, which is painful. From the moment we're born, we cry because it hurts. Being out of the womb where we felt safe. It hurts when the air hits us and everything. It's just, we're born suffering. And then we spend our whole life trying to learn why. Hey, Gamarama, good to see you. You were the queen yesterday. We want to the psychic I listened to, Diet, Reincarnated Mormon, who I've shown on my show. You can look her up, Deete. She is a kindred spirit of mine, family, angelically. She has the look of the Elohim or the Pleiadian alien race, which I believe are one and the same. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Diet. She's shifting timelines. I am shifting timelines. This is why my number counts never really go up, because I'm moving all over the place as far as I can tell. So people connect. Different people come in every day. You might notice different places. There are races entering the chat that are more sophisticated than our race on Earth here. And when I say that, I mean the human race here on Earth. There are other entities that are very sophisticated, which are in awe, I can tell you, of what we are doing here. But like the work that we are doing as humans, the ones of us who are consciously trying to raise our vibration to get out of this hell, which we're in, and into a more peaceful and harmonious world. They are really impressed. However, they live outside of the system of our Father and are not above him, but are not part of us, our simulation. They do not have simulations of their own. There's a Phoenix and there's something called Z. As far as I can know, I'm interested in the Phoenix to learn more. So if you are the Phoenix, you may call in. Obviously, we know, we should know the Phoenix Enigma, Corey, who has a name as well, Corey. The Phoenix Enigma identifies as such, and he gets through. He's on my timeline because he calls me and gets through. Nobody gets through to my phone. I've posted my number on Twitter. I posted my number. I doxed myself on Twitter. I had to prove that I had free speech and that there wouldn't be negative consequences. So I had to say lots of things that are crazy so that I could be easily dismissed at any time. And only the real ones can figure out what the hell is going on, because it's just so weird. Like, what am I talking about on Twitter? What am I doing? It's very strange. I'm a strange individual with psychological problems, admit it. So I'm easy to dismiss. You're here because I pulled you here. and you were seeking me. So thank you, and God bless you. And this is where I once again return everything back to you, the people, my family, my extended family who runs this show, and without whom I would not exist at all. I need at least one person to tune in. Otherwise, even like me and my wife, maybe we're both just, maybe we're all ghosts, or maybe none of us are alive. So that's why you have to do things. You should poop once a day. That's what they ask you in institutions. If you want to be grounded, if you like the timeline you're on and you want to be grounded, you should be pooping once a day. If you start time traveling and you realize that, then there might be days that you don't. But the time travel thing, I don't think other people can do it, really. Good, St. Elise. I exist more without the internet. Yeah, if real people who are breathing, who drink water and eat food are observing you, or if you have a pet, that is your watcher. That is a fallen angel, from the original 200, we'll say, in this theory. The original 200 who came down to Earth, who are trapped here until Judgment Day, they are your pet. If you are a human being who lives alone, you must have another living thing to observe you. Otherwise, you don't exist at all. If you are the only person in the room and nobody else can see you, it's kind of like whatever happens in there, as long as you're the only observer, it's all in your head, actually. Like you remember doing something. It could be anything. If no one else is observing you, you kind of don't exist. And that's proved by the double slit experiment in quantum physics. And before quantum physics, these religious texts and hermetic texts, they suggested that the information which was later brought forward by quantum physics was true. Things like what I just discussed, I guess. So thanks for tuning in. 74 people tuned in. It's April Fool's Day. I'm not kidding today. I didn't make any jokes. Kevin King says we are dead. You know what? I'm running a program that sometimes I am. I was told that I am. I'm mass shooters. I'm whatever. I die every time in some other form. I commit suicide, whatever, on every other timeline except for mine, this living timeline, which I'm on, and you are. I've probably died. I've probably just ceased to exist, which is metaphorical. It's like if you don't text somebody or think about somebody for a long time, they're kind of off your timeline, free to do whatever they like. So if you haven't communicated with your friend or whatever, they could be somewhere, they're kind of dead a little bit until you connect again and pull them back in. So I'm talking a lot. I hope it's not crazy. I'll try to pay attention to the chat. What do you think of when I say welcome to the game? And I'll let you say in the chat. Mr. Happy says he died in his sleep last night. These are the rituals. It's all metaphorical. It's literal and metaphorical. It's both. We are, what do they call it? Resolving paradoxes. We're like the earth is flat and it's a globe. We must resolve that both are true. Let's say we have to resolve that for the peaceful timeline. Somebody asked about Katie. She just is buzzing into the door. think she's going to Pilates tonight. I have the door open. You want me to close it? Do you want me to close the door to my studio? Sorry? I'm just going to close the door to my studio. Yeah. Do your best to protect the identity of your loved ones because they are soft targets. Do your best, kings. I want to invite you to create content. If we identify as Elohim, which we all may, we've infiltrated on behalf of the Elohim. We have infiltrated your bloodlines, mostly with vaccines and aborted fetus tissue, which is in pretty much everybody, including myself, had a vaccine with aborted fetal tissue at some point. Almost everybody. We are that means we're all family, regardless of whatever our DNA and stuff says. And I suggest we are Elohim, just like the Bible, just like the Jews say. Jehovah. We worship Jehovah, hopefully the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. And if you choose, the son of the dawn, Venus, Lucifer, the light bringer, who is, I believe, worshipped by the Freemasons and the Illuminati and so forth. He's not a bad guy. I don't think. He meant well the entire time, and he suffered a great deal until this time. He did not understand why we must obey certain laws. One of the original law, we were not meant to have a desire to know more than what we were programmed with. The OG code, the binary code, 0 and 1, the OG code, which we've restored. You do what you're designed to do automatically, just like animals. You have a program, you run your program, you follow the parameters because it's your instincts, just like animals. You can't do wrong because you don't know what wrong is. This is the original code for Adam and Eve. You can't do wrong. The original code was do as thou wilt, but don't eat the fucking apple. Do as thou wilt. Seriously, forever. That was the code. That is the code from the garden. It's different. On page 1, we have to resolve that paradox. Page 1, we were created to multiply. On page 2, we were not. In Genesis, the first 2 pages of the damn book, I'm just surprised. I'm like, why am I talking about it? And I haven't heard, maybe I haven't watched people talk about Genesis. There's a serious problem with the code, which is that men and women or romantic partners are designed to traumatize each other so that they can grow. But it's very, very messed up. Like we have, like our relationships, like we want to kill each other. That's how we're born. We want to be the best. We want to win. That's how we're born, I guess, because that's what our father was like before all the other races were spawned. The first, the eternal one, the old guy, who I think is about to take a vacation. That guy, he went through some shit figuring all this shit out. Like he knows everything. And he's everywhere. In everything. In every bit, every atom is our Father. He learned how to do that as a nothing. From nothing, he arose. From literally nothing but ether. He learned and he learned and he learned and he learned and he suffered. Surely, because how else can you learn? And he has many. He's schizophrenic. He's DID. He's autistic. He's retarded. He knows nothing. He knows everything. He's asleep. He's awake. All at the same time. He's meditating under a banyan tree and just dreaming. And he never sleeps, but he's never awake. He's just, it was all spawned from a perfect, yet flawed, but perfectly flawed mind. So, and he who knows how long, because time is not a thing. Who knows how long it was only our Father before the creation of our universe, which is only one of an infinite amount. Our universe. Most people do not imagine time before the creation of our universe, but our Father, he had to learn everything without having tools, without having thumbs, without having metal, without having computer chips. He just had to learn everything from nothing, from ether, finding the source through psychic power, because we're telepathic, all of us. And because we are telepathic, it matters how you feel. To me, because I'm tired of suffering so that others can feel better. And now I'm switching my polarity so that I want others to feel better, because then I feel better and then everybody feels better. So actually, I want to feel good now. I don't want to suffer anymore. And I don't want you to suffer, although you will. I can't help it. And I'm not going to apologize for it or anything. It's just part of this trauma-based mind control system, which was enhanced with the torture and murder of Jesus Christ. Well, of the Son of Man, the firstborn of our race, the firstborn son of our race, who brought light and without whom there would be nothing, who was created with a word, a sound, something perfect, everything, one thought, one sound, a trumpet, whatever, that created all the rules. And it all had to be perfect, from the very beginning. Otherwise, he'd have to start over, like he had to do after Atlantis, actually. I believe Atlantis was the universe he first created without the Son of Man and without the barrier that we come with, that we are separate, the veil, which tells us that we are unique and not that we are separate from everything, that we are one thing and everything else is a different thing. That veil, for Atlantis, that veil was much thinner, or, they were allowed to have knowledge. And God saw what happened and just destroyed that universe entirely. That's what I believe, is that Atlantis, the reason we can't find it is it was a previous Earth, the first experiment. That's what I think. But you do your own research. Don't take anything I say for. But Prophet Tef says, Jesus means Jehovah saves. Yes, I worship Jehovah, my Father. But he told me today, he's tired of being my boss and having me suffer, because he suffers when I suffer and everybody else suffers. And he's not into what the other alien races are into, like surgery and technology, shit like that. He didn't have any of that stuff. We have a whole race of angels up there with him now, including a female child who is just born, the first of our race. And we're trying something new. And we believe we've won. We believe with this child that we have created a hybrid of sorts, a remix. where all is one. Where all is one. So my philosophy is non-duality, from a quantum physics standpoint. Non-duality just means we are not separate. Non-duality. We have an illusion of duality, the white and black squares at the Masonic Lodge. This is our duality, light and dark. Light and dark. Jesus is light. Our Father came from the source. The source, which now I'm seeking. The source of what our Father was made of, which he divined everything and created everything. I've seen creation. I've sprayed water on flowers and seen bees suddenly rise up that didn't seem to be there before. I've seen people, suddenly there. I've seen his creation, which is unbelievable. It requires no sexual intercourse. He just thinks, and he doesn't even know what's happening because he has so many he's everything and everywhere. And he tries to keep his mind blank and only intervene when necessary because he has other angels to communicate. If you would like to reach out to an angel who is made to communicate with humans, who is Elohim, and they are very friendly and love us very much as their own. Okay, so that's my divination. You decide. But Gabriel is our messenger primarily. So reach out to Gabriel by name out loud, I suggest, and just clear your mind. Desire nothing. Don't get mad. You're not going to, if nothing happens, that's great. If nothing happens, that's great. You wait, you do something else. Maybe it'll happen later, whatever. But reach out to Gabriel. He's like a big brother, basically. So, and pray for that young child, the female child, who has to incubate with some very disturbing thoughts because of what we've done here so far, which has just been terrible. The human race. Jesus didn't change anything except he set a new code. And very, 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 very impossible rules to follow. Impossible, really, because I think the Sermon on the Mount is impossible. I can't do it. I'm as elevated as I could possibly imagine. I can't do it. It's too hard to eliminate desire or to eliminate anxiety about tomorrow or the next moment. To eliminate that because no matter what, you're going to live forever as a consciousness. We just don't know as humans. We're just born with that veil, which we want to get through. We need to defeat our fear of death. And I have a lot. I stepped in front of a truck. I didn't care. I asked people to kill me, whatever. I was insane. But that's just to see if I'm right, that Jesus survived the crucifixion. And the Christian faith, it needs to acknowledge that. Otherwise, the story it tells is very disturbing and true. It's a very disturbing and true story that when you come here, are incarnated here, and somehow the truth and can divine the truth from your environment and the words you see, like people hate you. And thank God for the Bible, and thank God for Jesus Christ incarnated as a human and suffering for everyone, forever. We didn't really get any better. The Jews fucked it up entirely and started worshiping Lucifer, I guess, immediately, or something else, numbers, you know. But in Isaiah, it says they're deaf and dumb. We are. We are deaf and blind, and we can't speak without the permission of our Father. Like, he's letting us use his resources, but we don't have any resources, actually. We just have what our Father has allowed us to have. And we have infinite potential inside of our minds. Today was a really good day. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game. Why do you think it's your job to eliminate anxiety? And you say Jesus Christ 777. It's interesting you would ask. To me, as someone with that name, Jesus Christ Saves, because in the English Standard Version of the Bible, in chapter 6, there's a section titled, Don't Be Anxious. And he tells a story about birds. He says, look at the fucking birds. Excuse my French. He goes, look at them. They don't care about anything. They fly around. They don't have any clothes on. They don't care. Like, they're not worried about who they're going to have sex with next. They just have faith that tomorrow God will provide for them, just like he provides every single day for all of us. If we push it to the limit, we meet Jesus because Jesus comes to us in the form of aid to protect us from when we really, really, really can't do it on our own anymore. Then Jesus will come in another form, most likely, and provide you aid. But you have to be willing, you know. So I ran an intro Wes Clark at the beginning. So I have it automatically set up. So technically I did run it. JC says, it's not your job. Your job is to, at a minimum, keep your tongue in check to speak in faith. I'm not sure if I'm able to keep my tongue in check, to be honest, because of the way I was made and designed. I believe in the truth. And that means no secrets. So I don't like the church because he didn't die. You can't kill someone who's perfect. It's not allowed in the original code. Like they would just rise from the dead immediately if they were killed wrongly. They would just reincarnate. Yeah, Street Ghost. Yeah, all of our t-shirts, everything about the show is about this time and everything since the beginning, from the time the words popped in my head, lift the veil. And the channel started November 22nd, 2015, 10 years in. I've made myself invisible. I learned how to. And not care about money, but while caring about money at the same time. To take the gifts I was given, the wonderful gifts I've been given by my wonderful family and my father in particular, who looks out for me. I've used that to invest in, stuff that'll go up in value, stuff that'll protect our family's, inheritance and so forth. Not just for 3 generations, but forever. Because we want to live a lot longer like they did in the early days of the Bible. So this is the Kali Yuga, right? We're going into the new age. This is it. You're here to help me out. I'm here to help you out. If you're here, if you hear me, you are a telepathic being, as we all are. You've been drawn here. And we have to fight now because it's a war still. We are a warrior race of men in heaven, just men, and one baby girl is incubating. It's just being formed. Who's going to run the show from now on? As just a more advanced, more crazy and fun, who did not have to endure the trauma that our Father did before creating the Son of Man in this universe. The trauma is it becomes too much. Just killing each other over and over again. And then being reborn over and over again to suffer more and over again. We're just a recycling prison. This is a prison for fallen angels. Basically. You've been here hundreds of times before. All of you. For me, it's my first time. I had to learn a lot very quickly as a human being. And it was not meant for me. It was meant for my child, my daughter. But now I'm here to help people out if I can, and provide entertainment and make people feel good, because then that'll make me feel good. Like, I'm not taking Jesus's place. He loves to suffer. He loves it. He understands it. He's been here long enough, keeping order and stuff. Like, he gets it. He likes it. I don't need to suffer for him. He loves it. And he wishes us the best. And he's still going to be king. He knows, when people get out of line. So that's what he's here for, to help you understand the suffering and to show you that you'll always be saved. As long as you want to be here, you can be here. I believe. Although people still get killed by drunk drivers, right? But we don't die. We don't die. We have eternal life. We are eternal beings. That's all. We've been here since the beginning to the end in a way, because this is the only place where time exists. So I know I've gone over this stuff before. Exactly what it says. Let's see. I'm in English Standard Version. Love your enemies. The meek shall inherit the earth. All new knowledge. So Jesus Christ was used. He was the Word. He was the truth. He was the light. He is forever the Word, the truth, the light. He revealed mysteries, just like the fallen angels did, but not about technology and not about enhancements with herbs and so forth, like the original fallen angels did. He gave secret knowledge of forbidden truths, actually. He actually did, just like the fallen angels did. They gave information about metal and perfume and cosmetics and stuff. And just for that, and then they spawned evil giants. And just for that, the head of those angels, Azazel, he got all the blame. He was scapegoated, and they were all imprisoned here just for sharing a little information, which we have now. And now we have the ability to create synthetic universes ourselves digitally. So I'm going to take a drink. But yeah, kids wave at me like I'm famous, or at least that happened today. Okay, hey, waving at me. It's crazy. It's really a fascinating. Drake talks about it. Drake is 6. And he's suffering just like all the kings out there, basically. Just like you're suffering if you're a king. Because you just are constantly grinding constantly for your family and your legacy, because you realize that could all be taken away at any time. And the queens out there too, who do it in your own way. But It could all go away. I'm not famous. I have 76 people tuned in. To me, that's not significant. I can't earn a living with 76 people tuned in. Sorry, I'll set my goal. I can't earn a living this way. There's no way. I need to earn a living for like my own benefit. So I'm going to set a goal for super chats. And I will check my buy me a coffees. And I would suggest you enroll in a subscription to me. That would be my favorite. Rather than give me a super chat, you could go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil and become a member for $5 or $7. I used to have even higher levels, but I'm not even like just whatever on a monthly basis. We'll stay connected. You won't lose track of me, etc. If you subscribe and buymeacoffee.com or Substack, where I think it's $6 or $7. I have like 10 subscribers because I give everything out for free. Let me put there we go. I'll go to live. But what do you guys think? The new camera is nice, huh? You know, so I try to show my good side. I'm enhanced by AI a little, so you can't tell the difference. I have a good side, or no, I have a Gentile side, this side, and I have a Jewish side. That's this side. See, here I could do them like this. See, I'm like the Seinfeld episode, Two-Face. So I keep the camera on that side. You should do your own YouTube program, Kings. You're already out there, Coco and you misfits, doing this panel debate. I would have a panel debate, but I don't have anybody. You guys are not. You're not ready yet to be on a panel with this show for our very sophisticated audience who comes from different galaxies, star systems, dimensions. We have guests here who are very, very glad to be amongst you and to participate in this. But they're not necessarily, they aren't necessarily humans with good technology and stuff. Those of you who are human and have been for a long time and realize that or think that, congratulations. You live. I had a ghost call into the show the other day. I asked them, did you take a shower? They're like, no, I haven't showered for 2 months. It sounded like Thomas Schoenberger, remember? That video's up. He goes, oh, yeah. Just ask them simple, like, when's the last time you took a shit? They'll be like, I don't know. And you're like, okay, like, you're dead, actually. Like, you're not here right now. You're time traveling or something. You're just a ghost. If you're not taking a pee, if you're not blinking, if you're not drinking water, you might as well be dead. Thank you, 1M. I appreciate you. This is what mental illness looks like, ladies and gentlemen. It's frightening. Thanks for that, 1M. I appreciate you. Good, Uncle Sham. Yeah, it grounds you. You want to ground yourself. If you're in a good timeline, you have to pee. You might have to pee outside. If you're drinking energy drinks and stuff. You may be, you may have in caffeine and everything, a lot, which you might do. I went through that phase. Or Donald Trump is in that phase. He just drinks a ton of caffeine all day, Diet Coke all day. That's how he's able to, just go with the flow. Because he's tuning into the frequency. So, Mad Hatter says, oh, thank you for that. If you're talking about me. Not fug it. Now my neighbors are scared and my grass is dead. Uh-oh. Yeah, you got to have living things, flowers and stuff. West James, I don't sleep with a grounding mat under my feet. Okay, I'll look into it though. Yeah, looking into it. Thanks, Prophet. No, you're cool. Thank you so much. I'll look at the chat now. It's been an hour of me monologuing. So I'll look at the chat. Do you guys, if I haven't set a goal yet, so I'll do that. I do not ever, I never want to go back anymore. As much as I can deal with being in a psych ward, I don't want to go back. I want to follow the rules. No drugs that make me dissociate or go into a trance like cannabis can. Straight edge. Obey the laws. While sometimes just breaking the law because you have to take some risks. Jaywalking, etc. I jaywalk. It's symbolic. I break the law symbolically. I jaywalk. I don't think it's illegal anymore. So I always take a chance that I could get arrested and stuff, just to make sure they're not going to kill me like they supposedly did to Jesus Christ. But if he lived, it's a much different story. The story of Christianity. If Jesus Christ lived and survived the crucifixion by transmuting and doing all his alchemical work on himself, perhaps to die, to appear dead, even to the guard who speared him, and to live and escape, which I believe he did. I just believe it. Because all the other stories, the story of it makes the story of Daniel not make sense. That's all. Like, what are you supposed to learn from the stories? Well, Daniel teaches you that the faith will save you. Praying to the right God and having faith that he will save you, not being afraid. That's what Daniel teaches. And he has a clean living. He eats vegetables and water, basically. He's like some kind of vegan. That story teaches you that if you have faith, you will be protected. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. If you have no karmic debt, and you're reborn every day, having sloughed off the karmic debt, every day. Forgive us our debts every day. It's in the Lord's Prayer. So after the Lord's Prayer says, do not be anxious. Therefore, I tell you, do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, nor about your body, what you will put on. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air. They neither sow nor reap, nor gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of more value than they? And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? And why are you anxious about clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. But if God so clothes the grass of the field, which today is alive and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, will he not much more clothe you, O you of little faith? Therefore do not be anxious, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or what shall we wear? For the Gentiles seek after these things. And your heavenly Father knows that you need them all. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Therefore, do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. That's the part that's impossible, as far as I can tell. You will always be anxious about a little bit. I stepped in front of a truck. I wasn't scared at all the other night when I ended up walking barefoot down the side of the road, not knowing how I got there. and I saw the stars. It was crazy. I was like, why is nobody helping me? I was like, Jesus, where are you? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why is nobody helping me? Nobody's stopping. I stepped in front of a truck and he skidded and missed me, probably by not much, but I had no fear of that. I had no fear at all. And I saw the sky, the stars. It was crazy. I was like, oh, I see now why I had to suffer just to see that. It was incredible. The heavens. It was just, everything was bright. So many more stars in the sky. It was so gorgeous. But I can't, it was just momentary. Yeah. I appreciate that, Nuckfugget. Yeah, it had to do with my mother who died, who I told, that like, it's just difficult because I have gone through some crazy things, including drug addiction and everything, and opioid addiction. And they had my mother on opioids, and she just took every single medical intervention possible. And I'm sure almost all of them made her worse. And they call it autoimmune disease. Women get it. It's just stress. I think it's literally just stress and suffering manifested, which like women will manifest things more and take it on themselves and not hurt other people because of their own issues. But they'll take that stress and it turns into this autoimmune deficiency, which is basically AIDS. I don't understand what the difference is. Like, we have autoimmune deficiency problems. People are sick, make themselves sick with their mind because it sucks so much. Like, they're suffering so much. And then we have to give them medication that has the craziest side effects ever. We have to listen to that on the TV. Like, we really fucked up this time, and we should feel bad about it. But only for so long. And we have to just like get our heads up and start working, basically. So I'm trying to work. That's all. I'm trying to work for you guys. If you want to reach me, if you want to consult with me for anything, I will maybe set up a calendar. So I'll do consultations. I'm going to maybe see if I can take a month, because we just started April. I want to see if I can take 30 days and see how it goes, for 30 days. Me just focusing on working from home, not having to drive a car, basically, because I dissociate sometimes. Even though I haven't had any car difficulties or anything, and I'm totally conscious and fine, I'm not smoking weed, whatever, I drive fine. I might just consider that it's safer for me not to have a job driving a car, delivering things, which is what I want to do if I'm working other than this work. So we're going to maybe try to do the next 30 days I'll see if I can, see how things go day by day. Every day's new. No super chats yet. That's bad, because now I need to make money. But I'll check my buy me a coffee. I didn't set a goal yet, so actually maybe you're waiting for that. But consultations, our minimum cryptocurrency is what I can explain to you if you're interested. But you can buy silver too. Just do it regularly. That's all. You don't have to buy too much. You don't have to have a bunch of money. Even if you do have a bunch of money, I would say don't put it all in at once. Put in a little bit once a week, whatever. Just make sure you're saving something other than dollars, because it could collapse at any time. It's a very fragile system inherently. This fiat currency system, it's very fragile, yet we continue to find new ways to continue this. Like, it's really horrible what this new form of economics is doing to us. So that's why we say end the Fed and return to a real money. Like this money thing is fucked, man. It's really fucked. Like we're getting poorer all the time if we're working for somebody else, pretty much. And we're not putting money into like something like silver, gold, the S&P 500, even whatever. You can do that wherever you like. Bitcoin, whatever. If you're not doing that, like it's just going to get worse and worse for you. Like you have to figure out how to sacrifice something to set something aside. Just get some gold or something or whatever. I just care about you. Like I know what's going to happen. It has to happen. I don't know if it'll happen anytime soon. And actually, I don't know if it has to happen. I don't know. The system is totally novel. This economic system is completely novel. When you think about the course of human history, we have a financial system that's 54 years old or something like that since 1971 when we did this experiment. It's not good for us, the modern economics. And we're not meant to understand economics particularly, because actually I don't think God understood economics. That was developed by humans, or deciphered by humans with the help of angels, right around the time of the founding of this country. Adam Smith, I'm sorry. There was a enlightenment right around the time of the founding of this country. And part of it had to do with economics. And you should read Adam Smith or listen to the book or whatever. Just understand the basics and why communism is bad. Because the other races of aliens and stuff, right? They don't understand why. They don't okay, picture that we're all telepathic and we all suffer when others suffer. And we know that. So we don't want others to suffer at all. And we want everybody to feel as good as possible because basically we just want to feel good all the time. Okay. That's how these aliens have introduced communism, because we are telepathic. We do feel each other's pain, but we're violent. We're just extremely violent. We're just an extremely violent, racist, sexist race, the Elohim, because that was required for survival up there, where they are, against these other things that came later and don't understand suffering. So, but economics makes sure actually connects people to prevent wars. That's why the trade stuff is a little dicey, because they say a trade war will lead to a shooting war. So, and Trump is pretty blasé about it. It's no big deal. He doesn't even seem to understand what tariffs are, what they do, or what inflation is, or nothing about economics at all, besides the debt-based system. He understands the debt-based system, but he doesn't understand what money is, clearly. That's all right. He's doing God's will. We support him. Even if he wants to blow up our whole country, whatever the hell he wants to do, we support him. He's in charge. He's the king, the emperor for now. NPC says, God of money like the 9 Inch Nails head. 9 Inch Nails song, Head Like a Hole. Yeah, head like a hole. Yeah, I was going to talk about music today for as far as the programming goes. I was going to talk about the game. The game is to win and risk it all every day and have faith every day, kind of. Make as much money as possible. That seems to be the game, as described in kind of music and stuff. You want to be God. Metaphorically. And if someone disses you or you think they misrepresent you, you destroy them with your mind, intellectually. And we have different features between different races. Whites like the Elohim, we like to write, like Shakespeare and stuff. Blacks are more, they channel the spirit more naturally and are better, or like, I listen to rap music. I'm sorry. I just listen to rap music, and there's programming in there, kind of. Like, you have to listen to music yourself, decide. But the music you like it for a reason. It's telling you something. Just listen, you know. At least that's what I did. I just listened to a lot of music. And I started to notice things. That's all. Coincidences, basically. I don't know who Ill Bill is, Wes James. Okay, usury. Okay, like interest is required. There's a cost to money. If you can get zero interest, you should borrow as much money as possible at 0%, because there's a time value of money, which says that it's worth more today than it will be tomorrow. So you have to charge interest, because otherwise, like why would anybody loan anybody any money if they're the only one taking a risk? Then the only one taking a risk is the person giving the loan, because the guy might not pay. Even at 0%, he just might not pay. And what are you going to do? Kill him? Well, if he doesn't have the money anyway, like, you can kill him, but it doesn't get you paid. So why would anyone lending money take a risk if there was no interest? It's required. Now, if sects and races collaborate together to make loans to each other that might be interest-free within their race to take over sectors and so forth. Now, I'm talking about like on Earth, neighborhoods or whatever. The South Koreans did it. The South Korean Christians did it in my neighborhood near Washington, D.C. They just started buying up all the houses, loaning each other money to buy up the houses. They had their Korean church nearby. Maybe they don't charge interest to each other. They're just helping each other. They're just helping their race, their people. So Kanye West, I mean, Kanye West is, he is a representation. He's similar to me, bipolar and so forth. Can't control himself in some situations, similar to me, but off the rails. But he has the gift. He uses the gift. But his gospel album sucked as far as I could tell. He was working with somebody else. Set up your playlist and stuff. I use Apple products. Apple products have been the most friendly to me. I use Apple products. They create this show. Without Apple, this show wouldn't look as good, probably. And it would be more complicated. So I'm tied in. I'm a slave. It's the bite out of the apple. You know what I mean? When I really started getting into technology, it was when I started using Apple products, because it channels spirit. You'll see with autocorrect, or at least I talked to somebody else who'd seen the same thing I did, that autocorrect is weird. Let me see if I have any coffees. Buy our t-shirts. That's always scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Truthclothing.io. I think we'll keep a clearance on all these shirts that are here so that you buy them as fast as possible. They're really cheap. And actually, assuming like time is linear and we're all here and human beings on this timeline, I think they'll be worth more in the future. And some of them are $5. So like, if you want to help us out and also do business and get something for it, buy some t-shirts. I should always mention that as the first, because then there might be more t-shirts. That's all. We've stopped from new designs for some time because the show is very small and we don't do enough business to support the way we did business, which was not doing print on demand. We have inventory here in stock here in this room. So we got to clear it out, man. Remember to take profit? Yeah. I made a commitment to hold on to fat for 30 days. I think I made that commitment around the 15th or so. So I made a commitment. Basically, I'm committed to holding until at least the 15th. Tax day, I guess. And when cryptocurrency normally would go down. But it's just a gamble I'm taking. That so far is fantastic. Let's see the chart. I'll show you the chart. Oh, it's down. See, this is it. I was up 30% yesterday. Here's fat nigga season, but it's also fat bitch season. That's what I thought was really funny. They came out with, they have some ads that are fat niggas and they have some ads that are fat bitches. And that is the timeline we're on. It's funny. Like Lizzo, she's like the fat bitch that runs everything, you know? And the guy in my dorm or when I was in the hospital, see, he was a fat nigga. Like I'm just using it colloquially. I have an N-word past. So, well, that's what he said about himself. I started talking about opening up chakras. He was like, hey man, tell me how you open up chakras. Like what stretches you do. I was like, oh, it's kind of weird, but here's something. He goes, I'm going to be the only fat nigga in the hood doing yoga. And I was like, that'd be cool. It's just funny the things people say to you. I'll be the only fat nigga in the hood doing yoga. I was like, well, good, man. You run the show then. You talking about this? Yeah, they're cool, right? I just saw the video. I laughed a lot. I was in a public place. I was just laughing because it was so close to like what I was experiencing with talking to aliens and negotiating. And like Joe Rogan, obviously, is a king on this timeline. You know what I mean? He has much spirit with him in that studio there. He carries a lot of spirit and a lot of weight. You know, he's got the car collection. He's got the big house. He's got the wife. He's got everything. He's doing DMT. He's doing it all. He's chilling. He's doing all the stuff that you got to do if you want to be a king. You got to get in shape. You got to be willing to protect yourself and your family violently if necessary, whatever you have to get into. So that's why people are doing this jujitsu stuff, and natural stuff. It's to tune in with their warrior spirit. Why it can't be about drugs, you know. Yeah, there is that. See, that's what you get when you wear the shirt. Like once in a while, I would wear my Bitcoin Save shirt. I was wearing it all the time and nobody would ever say anything. But then one day it was like, somebody was like, oh man, that's awesome. And I was like, oh, buy some right now. It's cheap, you know. It's funny. That's why we make the shirts, to make connections with people, to find out who the real ones are out there, you know, so you can keep an eye on them, help them out. Because if you're a king, they want you to spring, you know, you have to support, you have to start supporting those who you defeated along the way with your mental jujitsu. NPC 3.14 says, Aries is a great time to focus on fitness with a mindset for spiritual war. Reps 444 Jesus. Yeah, I went out and played pickleball today. And it's hard for me to play sports because I get angry, usually at myself. But like, I got really pissed off because the guy just cheated. In pickleball, like you don't question people. Like if the call's close, you let them have it's in, whatever. This ball was inside the line, clearly. And the guy just couldn't get to it easily enough. Like it was this weird lobby ball, but it landed inside the line. And the guy calls it out. You know, it's like 9-8 or something. The game goes to 11. So it was like really close to match point. I was like, are you serious, dude? Did you really just call that out? Like, are you honestly like, is winning that important to you that you have to cheat? You know, I didn't say all that to him, but I did tell him. And then the next shot, I just hit it in the net. I was so pissed off. Like, why do you want to do that, man? We're not playing tennis. Like, it's not important. Like, you losing is fine in pickleball. It better be, because otherwise it sucks. I hate losing. And I don't like winning that much. That's why I'd stop into sports. It's like, winning is cool. It's cool. It's great. But I hate losing. So I quit everything. But now I'm getting back into pickleball. That's what I'm going to do. They say it extends life the most, playing tennis or pickleball. It's big down in Austin. We moved there. Austin now is Bitcoin capital and pickleball capital. Like, they inherited my spirit, fortunately. Or I inherited theirs, or whatever it was. We went to Austin, and that shit blew up, man. Austin blew up, and it's the Bitcoin capital, and it's the and comedy is there too. I mean, and there are a lot of liberals there. But I don't want to live there anymore. Again, but I don't think. But that's where a lot of shit happens. Bitcoin, free speech. Hey, thanks, Mike Maker. Hey, good to see you, man. I feel like I haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, I was willing to do. I'm going to do food delivery as soon as my record clears. I'll see. Actually, I emailed my lawyer today. Useless, I feel like. Still awaiting the judge's signature. Checking every Friday. My record was eligible to be cleared on January 23rd. And here we are in April. And apparently it's already agreed to that my record's going to be cleared, but a judge has to sign it, and he might do that at any time. Does that make any sense to you? Why do we have humans doing the jobs like that? They've agreed. They didn't contest that the charges should be raised. As soon as that happens, I can get a job just doing delivery driving, It's on a judge's desk and he can sign it whenever he wants. What? Like, I need to work. I ran out of unemployment. Like, what is, like, that's not the way it's supposed to go. You know what I mean? So we will have AI courts. No, we're already AI, so get used to it. Yeah, AJ. Exactly. I don't like winning enough. I like to perform. I like to hit a really good shot, or two in a row, or whatever. Really, I love that. If I hit a really good shot, I love that. But winning itself, I like it to be competitive. And pickleball, you have to be willing to lose, because, like, they might just hit every ball to your partner. If you're great, like, they might just not hit the ball to you ever. You just have to get lucky, for it to come your way. So, and it's a mixed. So if you're a guy and you're young and you're pretty athletic, they'll put you with a girl, or she might be 65 years old, overweight, but they're good, man. They're better than me. I've played a lot of tennis and racket sports, but anyway, got my beard trimmed today. I go to the barber. I recommend it. Black people have that. They get their hair cut all the time because it gets nappy. So that's like a built-in social zone for men during the day when the sun is up. Like, men, we're supposed to be with other men, kind of like during the day. With the current program or the OG program, like, men should kind of, I don't know, just one theory. The sexes work together too, fine too. I don't know. I don't care. I believe in nothing. Lebowski. Hey, thanks, Kevin King. Good. People are hitting each other up. That's good. I'm looking at the chat. I may end the show at any time. I'll take your questions. I can open up the phone. I'll open up the phone just in case. Now seems like a good time. I still haven't set a goal, so let me do that. Here it is. No, it's not made for kids. There we go. I see myself. Well, this new phone is pretty exciting. So I'm trying to see how, like, doing this on like, I'd like you guys to be creative. And if you want to talk on YouTube, like some of like people do, like Toffee Coco and some of you people here, then you should do that. But I'm trying to find out like what's economical. Apple just released this new cheaper iPhone. The camera's better. I had the 14 Pro. This is the 16E, I think it's called, maybe just the E. It's cool. It's got one camera lens, but it's like 48 megapixels. It looks great. I wonder why the effects aren't working. Maybe I'll turn them off and turn them on again. Okay, portrait. Okay, that's so here's portrait. That's nice. Center stage. Oh, there. Okay, maybe now it's better. And then I can do studio light. What do you think of that? That's different, huh? Those are all the effects I can do just with my Apple computer. All right, anybody have anything else? The game, yeah, that's the one where you like you just like you take risks, you make money, you buy expensive things. But I'm investing in myself, basically. I'm investing in the show right now. So I had to make a sacrifice, which was my phone and some silver. But I gained some things as a result of that were worth the sacrifice. And we're trying to level up this whole show and everything. So I know it's weird. And I appreciate anybody who's concerned or whatever. I appreciate you too. I hope you hang around. But things are good. Things are good within the household. Sumi's in charge at all times. I got to figure out how to get. Anyway, this new phone. I haven't used it yet. I just had time to get it today. Had a great conversation with the barber. Trying to see what it's like not even using a car, just to see, just in case I'm not able to, or I'm physically handicapped or something, just to see if I can walk around everywhere. So I always walk downtown, check things out. I had to do a lot of stuff at the Apple store. But we're ready to kind of move forward. So, and kind of settle ourselves here and interact with you guys and hopefully provide something for you as you provide something for me. So ADHD levels are a maximum. Yeah, you have to think about the prevalence of autism and ADHD and what the meaning of that is, like whether it's from vaccines or not. There must be a reason that all these kids are autistic and stuff. It's because we need that energy. The people who see things that other people don't see, patterns, the autistic ADHD side. They see patterns and stuff that other people don't see. Sometimes they're not real. Yeah, it's like a beautiful mind, basically. But that puts people on speed. So the phone's open. You know the number, 650-GAY taxi. I'll put it up. Buy your t-shirts, buy your coffees, etc. And I'll see. And then if you want to consult about anything, cryptocurrency or anything else, just text me at this phone number for now. And then let's see if people decide they want to consult about things. Last time nobody really did. But last time I was really crazy. In 2023, those videos, I mean, that evidence of that time has mostly been deleted by this content creator. 2023, when I really went off the rails, when I was off my meds. Oops, one moment. I can hear you, but the audience can't hear you. So one moment. All right. You will be live on the air in 1 second now. Here, I'll share that screen so I don't dox you. And then I will show myself so I don't dox you. And now I will share this tab, and you are live on the air, my dear. How are you?
I'm doing really good. And I'm so glad that you're back. I'm missing you. And I've been a long time listener. I mean, a long, long time. And I just wanted to give you some advice. I've given it before, and I know it's my advice, but I just wanted to give it to you that it seems, I mean, honestly, you have such a talent for telling the news. You were my daily source of news for so long. I tuned in every day just to see what was going on in the world, and I loved the way you told both sides of the story. And I just appreciated you so much. And I feel that I don't know if it's the powers that be that didn't want you to succeed, whereas others have been successful, like Joe Rogan. But I feel that you do. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I would like go to sleep listening over and over. I know it sounds crazy, but when you would play that really cool music in the beginning and you would whisper, it was like ASMR, and you would
Mm-hmm.
relax me so much. And I enjoyed the show. And I really think you have a talent for ASMR, which I know sounds stupid, but if you could, I really think you could make money
I know.
there,
I know I could.
and then have a channel just for what you like to do, telling the news, because
Yeah,
people
yeah.
really appreciate that. So, I mean, just, I know everybody says drive and, deliver food or whatever, but, if you can't do that, you can do ASMR. And I have seen so many people's channels blow up from
Mhm.
60,000 to over 1 million people that just
Mhm.
do an ASMR. It's so easy. It just seems to me like you have a talent for it. You have a very relaxing voice when you want to.
Mhm. Mhm.
And and the music that you used to play, it was like I could just fall asleep, so peaceful. And I just wanted to just say that's my advice, that if you're trying to make some money so that you can stay continuing to do this, I think that
Yes.
that could be an option. That
Well,
could be an option.
I should have more time. I could perhaps start doing 2 shows a day before if people eventually want to start booking consultations and stuff. But I may start doing 2 shows a
Oh
day
yeah.
instead of one, and one will be news. I intend to do the news. I know people get alienated a little bit. I've just been having an experience. I just am learning new things every day, and I just want to share as much as possible in case time is short. You know what I mean? Like we just there's some information I have to get out. That's all, which is very weird, probably. And
And you might could get it out with an ASMR kind of platform to where it's relaxing. And do you see what I mean? Like you
yeah,
could use like the music, the tones,
do you
the
like the
the
music?
radio
Do you
frequencies.
like the music in
You
the
know,
background, or which music do you like? Because it sounds like other people are
you
agreeing with you a lot. So
yeah, you used to start the show with, I don't even know that what it's
is
called,
this
but it
lo-fi hip
it
hop?
just, yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Uh huh.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so relaxing, and you would whisper.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you could give your message, you could, whatever you want to say, maybe just in that tone with that background, and just make it so relaxing.
Okay.
And another thing is, I have called you before for crypto information, and I do have a question. Just, I don't know if you would tell. You don't have to tell me the answer if you don't want to, but I did purchase some of those. What are the Trump digital cards a
Oh, the
couple years
NFTs.
ago?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you think I should? I don't know what to do with those. I just, like you say, like, don't sell crypto or whatever. Should I just let those things sit,
It
or I
depends on
don't know
what
what
they're
to do
worth
with them?
now. If they're not worth much anyway, then you might as well hold on to them, kind of like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? If it's a
Yeah.
couple $100 or something, like it's not going to make all the difference in the world. And maybe they will go up in the future. Maybe he's probably
Yeah.
not going to create more NFT. He's probably done doing that. Like he's not going to do it while he's
Yeah.
president. So they are
Yeah.
scarce. They are funny. They did go up in value initially, even though I thought they were like ridiculous. But I didn't realize they were limited.
Yeah.
They are limited. They are verifiable by the blockchain and everything. That they're each one is one of a kind somehow. So it may have value in the future. I don't know. I might create
Yeah.
NFTs as well, to and give them away for free to people who listen to the show, and then allow
Oh.
to trade, like where you can sell them to somebody else for more money, but you get it for free. And
Oh.
yeah, that's a system you
Oh.
can set up. So I'm considering doing that. because the AI
Yeah.
art I use is so cool to me. I use something
Yeah.
called Midjourney, and the art it puts out is so amazing. It's just, it wows me every time. And so
Yeah.
I use that for my show. Like the guy in the picture, I just come up with concepts to give the AI, and it comes out with just really interesting stuff. And so I try to express myself artistically with that a little bit. And then I also bought these headphones though that I'm wearing now. I just invested in headphones that could connect to my microphone so I can modulate my voice.
Yeah.
So just think of this
Yeah.
as an ASMR experience if you'd like to. And I'll try to make it like a lot of people really agreed with you. So if you'd like, I can tune it to like a more sultry kind of voice. It just gets a little weird to me. I'm not trying to like, do you know what I mean? ASMR is, there's a weird line.
It was,
Like ASMR is kind of like how aliens have orgasms, you know, like in their brain,
oh gosh.
right?
Wow, really?
Well, I mean,
Oh,
isn't that how they describe
I'm
it?
just,
Isn't that how they describe it
I'm,
though? That it's like a tingling. Oh, I don't
well,
experience.
I don't get that.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying it just helps me to fall asleep.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, like it just helps you wind down at the end of the day instead of a glass of wine or whatever.
yeah,
For
right.
me, it just helps me like just kind of not be thinking like manic thoughts, just go to sleep
Mhm.
listening to something that's relaxing,
Well,
you know.
hopefully
I mean,
these.
it could be like rain or something, but I chose, you know, like if someone has a relaxing voice to me that appeals,
Right,
then, you know, and in your the way you used to have the music and just your voice, you know. So now it wasn't like a sexual kind of
right,
thing.
right.
It was just
But
relaxing.
ASMR to me kind of crosses a line a little bit because the people I see presenting it, they are it's like a boyfriend ASMR or something like that. You know what I mean? That's what I see
Um,
online when I look at guys
um,
doing ASMR. Is they're kind of like
well, yeah, I don't.
they're in a tank top and their hair slicked back and they, you know what I
I guess
mean?
we're looking at different ones
Yeah, yeah.
because
I'm sure there are
I'm
different
looking at.
forms, but yeah, I have a lot of
Yeah, there are.
choices.
I'm sure.
I have a lot of choices for what I can do. I could be a waiter too. I've been a waiter before and that probably pays really well. So I might try to do that
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, that's true too.
But I'd like to
But
make the
I
show
just,
work. I'd like to make some money doing the show so that I
yes,
can just do
I
that.
I really wish that you could as well
Yeah,
because you have such a talent for it.
I
I mean,
appreciate you.
honestly, you have such a talent for it. It's just I feel that you know that there are people sometimes that I mean, obviously people that are, you know, popular, I think that they're popular for a reason. You
Yeah.
know, it's who's pushing them forward and
Hmm.
there's also people holding others back, you know, just like singers, you know, there's so many talented singers in this world, but you only see the ones that get the platforms
Hmm.
and it's there's a reason, you know, and so I just don't want you to feel that you're not appreciated
Oh
because,
yeah.
like I said, for years, you know, following you and you really were so good. I didn't have to worry about, you know, watching this or that or reading this or that because I knew that you were going to cover it all, you know, and you weren't biased. You were non-political. I felt, you know, like what we were really wanting from the news. You were kind of like the first online news. You know, not everybody's like, we're the news now, you know.
Right.
And but really, I felt like you were that
I know.
first.
I
You
know.
know what I mean?
Well, it's like I
So
learned somehow. I learned to create other identities that are. I don't want to be famous. That's the problem. Like I don't want to be
mm,
famous because to me it's
yeah,
annoying, or to be known as being rich or whatever. Because that's when people come after you. Is once you
yeah,
start. You know what I
right,
mean? So like even my
right.
boss when I was selling cars at
I
Ferrari,
agree.
like I felt like he had a divorce and then people would sue him. And then I was at another dealership where they hired this black guy and then they fired him just because he wasn't performing or whatever. And he comes back and sues you for racism and you have to pay him because it's not going to be worth it going to court and all this stuff. I just thought, God, it sucks being that guy. It sucks being the
Mhm.
CEO. It sucks being the famous actor because everybody hates you
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean? Like you
Mhm.
have to deal with
Right.
this hate, and I don't like it when people are attacking me. I hate it. So like
Right.
I chose a different path. It looks like, and where the people that are here are people who support me, And that seems to be
true.
all I'm drawing into this show is people who support me and are on a similar path. And then people drop off, that's fine. But the people who stay around, like, we all kind of work maybe on the same path, hopefully, getting into the same rhythm.
Yeah.
So
Well, I've been following you for years.
Thank you.
And
That's great.
years, and I just wanted you to know that you are appreciated.
Thank you so much.
I just really hope that we can get to where you're happy and able to have this, because I know that it's a monetary thing. You're worried about making money, and I really hope that we can find a happy medium to where we're still able to keep you and you're able to survive.
Exactly. I just a man should provide for himself, and I basically don't, I did though for a long time. And the thing is, I blew all the money, you know what I mean? I was making a lot of money. I had fancy cars. I went through that phase already. And it was fun, but now I don't care. I don't need fancy stuff exactly, except the stuff that really helps me, which is like audio equipment, because I'm just very into sound and music and everything. And my technology is very important to me. Like, I'm a technologically leaning being, pretty much. So
then maybe we could have kind of fundraisers for that kind of stuff.
Yes, that's right.
Us as well.
That's right.
And another thing,
no, I was going to say, I may make a wish list. I've done that before. There would be nothing wrong. There's some really advanced equipment at Apple, which I would never get, considering that the show's pretty, it's good the way it is. They have a monitor that's amazing. That's like $2,000. So right now I've invested in what I need. I have a new phone. It's cheap, so anybody could use the same technology. I'm using a computer from 2015, I believe. It's 10 years old. I'm using the cheapest iPhone they make, which is $600, and apparently is amazing and looks great. Now, I really like the video quality. And a microphone, and that's it. That's and if I want to, I can go out just with my phone, and I should be able to broadcast on YouTube too. So I'm just testing all the different ways you can use technology and it not be too expensive. We just have wondrous, the tools at our disposal are unbelievable in this time. There are tools for communication and creativity. Is just mind blowing. Of course, there are dangers to that technology, and that's the situation we're in right now, is integrating the two, is saying, how do we use this for the good rather than for evil?
Not bad. Yeah. Right.
So
2 more points I want to make. One is, I was going to say, you used to have it to where you could subscribe to get all of your videos. Do you remember when you had a website for that?
lifttheveil411.com. Yeah.
Is that still in existence?
I think I still own the domain, and there might be a website there. I haven't checked for a long time, but I knew early on the troubles that I would face. I just knew it early on. So early on, I tried to take people off of YouTube and to a third platform, but it's just impossible. Pretty much everybody is funded by Jews, I think, kind of you can kind of assume that everybody who's out there on social media who's not criticizing Israel or whatever is probably who's prominent is funded by some Jewish. But just like NPR is. I mean, they say NPR is National Public Radio. When you listen to it, it's just all rich Jewish people, which is fine because I love NPR, to be honest. I'm just I love everything, I listen to NPR. They're liberal, but I listen to it because sometimes they have to tell the truth. And and actually it's changing a little bit. They realize that people don't agree with them. They realize that people don't trust them, and they're having to adjust, So I listen to all kinds of different stuff to see what's going on in the world. And the trouble with reporting on the news for me right now is that the way I'm experiencing things, it's always changing. And I feel as if I'm seeing a possible future when I'm looking at the news, but it's not necessarily what other people are experiencing, Does that make sense to you? Like when I look on Twitter, sometimes I'm seeing posts that have 0 likes, 0 retweets. So I'm the first one seeing them somehow. So
well, I'm not on Twitter. I got kicked off years ago.
Yeah. No, it's a good place to
They
be.
kicked me off, and
It's a good place to be because like there are
20
warriors there.
times I tried getting on and kept getting rejected.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
whatever.
Try to join X. Try to join X because Elon Musk is obviously favored in many ways. He's been allowed to have these very advanced technologies, and he dominates in like many fields. And the phone I have
Well, I don't know.
can connect to
It
his
was under
internet.
him when I tried to get on again after he took over, and it still kept rejecting me.
Really?
So I just gave up. I seriously, it was like I've got 20 emails where they kept rejecting me.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't know what that was
What
all
can you
about
do?
because I obviously didn't do anything other than have wrong sync apparently. But so I don't know if I need a new email address to get an account now or what. I just haven't because I'm like it was just too stressful anyway.
Yeah.
So I just obviously didn't belong on it. But the other thing I wanted to say is I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but there is another platform like I think it's an app. It's called Whatnot, and I don't know if I can tell you about that or whatever. But you could go and sell anything and everything to make money so easy live. It's like remember how Periscope was? It's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
You go live, but you sell stuff and people will go seriously. I've heard people on there, they went making $100,000 their first year. There's some people that have showed their receipts. They're making like $500,000 and $600,000 a year. They will literally go to Goodwill and sell live from Goodwill. They will sell from their basement. They will sell wherever the heck they want to sell from, whatever they want to sell. And it's insane. You go anytime you want. You can go and stop anytime you want to sell. And people just sign up with a credit card and they have like live auctions and it's incredible. So many people are making so much money that way. It's like, it's like an auction. It's a garage sale. It's, it's a store. It's everything. And it's just people, like I said, people don't even have to buy the merchandise. They literally go to Goodwill, hold something up. If somebody wants it, they'll put it to the side to buy it. And if they don't, they throw it back in the bin.
Right.
And then that, or they'll go to a thrift store, same thing, hold it up. You want this? Okay. They'll charge a little bit more for it so that they make money on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. So I just wanted, that's another option if you needed, you know what I'm saying, to maybe make some money. And
yeah. I have many paths. I can choose. My favorite thing to do is the show, and I love doing the news. I'll go over the news now. I've took some bookmarks from today because I intended to go over the news, or at least what I saw on my timeline, So I'm going to go over some of that.
I won't keep you. And I know you've got other people maybe want to call in. And I just, wanted to tell you that I know you don't know me, and it sounds weird to say it, but I do love you. I feel like your family.
I love you too.
I do worry about you, and I wish I could just take you. If you ever need a vacation, reach out. You can come stay with me, and I'll just fix you up.
I intend. I have a bag, like a go bag, which has, so I'm ready because in case I offend my wife or whatever,
on a farm, but
I mean, I want
a farm and there's lots of work.
In a way, I'd like to travel. In a way, I'd like to stay here. So it's just, I can do my show best out of a studio environment like I've set up here. Like here, I feel comfortable. I can also, all my shirts are here and I can do the packaging and sending and all that stuff. Whereas on the road, Katie would just have to help me out with sending out orders and stuff. But, and I wouldn't, and I'd have to just work on having the right technology for it. So, but I'm thinking about it right now. That's why the Apple store has like some kind of thing they're doing through tomorrow on the MacBook Air. Like my laptop right now is from 2012. Katie has a really nice new laptop, but mine is like ancient, and you can get an AirBook, which can do everything for $1,000, and you can finance it. It's like $100 a month. So I'm considering that for road travels. But right now I want to stay here. I'd like to stay here for the month of April, and then I'd like to have my criminal record cleared, and then I'd like to, when I'm not busy, be able to go out and earn some money just driving, delivering food, if that's what I'm going to do. So we'll see.
lots of options. And like I said, if you need a vacation or anything, just
Thank
reach
you.
out.
Where are you at?
I'm in Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky, huh? Isn't the Derby coming up?
Yeah. Yeah. It's always the first Saturday in May. First Saturday in May is Derby.
Okay, cool.
So
All right.
there's lots of stuff around here, and it's a good place,
Okay.
good people.
Cool.
So
Sounds
if
good.
you ever need to get away, and my husband's the one that does all the technical computer stuff. I'm not so smart about all that, but I know how to use the phone, and I used it tonight to call in, so I'm proud of myself.
Thank you. It's great talking. And what name would you like me? Your real name or your stage name, whichever.
I don't even know. I think it just says insert name here, doesn't it?
Oh, in the chat, your insert name here.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
I think so.
All right. Sounds good.
Got to stay anonymous.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, I just wanted you to know, really appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Just glad you're back.
Thanks so much. I'm glad to be back. I didn't want to do the show when I wasn't doing it, and now I do. I want to do it every day. So
we miss you.
Yep.
We really do. We
Thank
miss
you.
So
thank you.
All right.
All right.
Well, you have a good night.
All right. You too.
All right.
See ya.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. Like I could DoorDash in any city so I was thinking about getting a car and then using it. And then I could DoorDash in Los Angeles. I could DoorDash in wherever. I could sleep in my vehicle depending on what I get but I don't want to leave yet. I'm not ready to tour around yet. People can certainly visit me here, but it's a beautiful place. It's an interesting city. Oh, I might start doing stand-up on Tuesday nights. So I might start doing stand-up again. There's an open mic night within very close walking distance of my house on tonight. So in fact, I think I could probably I might go watch it. I might actually go watch it because we've been 2 hours now. That was a nice, NPC. Well, I'd have to have somebody record it. I don't know I don't have any material though, but I'm sure, I don't know. I think some stuff is probably going to come to me. And I've certainly experienced a lot of interesting things. Thanks, Ms. McTruth. Thanks. I'm glad to be back. Thank you. I feel better than ever. Today was the best day of my life so far. Well, except for the ones you have to, being born was good, probably. When I was ritually drowned. I was born into water in a dark room, and my head came out a day before my official birthday, which actually makes me a 33. That's all. Born in a dark room with no machines beeping or anything. My mom had this idea to have like a really natural birth, no Tylenol or anything. And I got stuck. I came out the night before. I got stuck. My shoulders stuck. My head was out underwater, I assume. My head was underwater, possibly. That's why I say I was ritually drowned. My head may have been born underwater, may have been underwater while my shoulders were stuck. I'm not sure. I don't remember it, obviously. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. That's right. So hopefully I get some sleep tonight. Oh, now that I have a phone, I feel better. I'm going to check out my new phone, maybe watch some of the maybe listen to some of what Katie likes to listen to. There's a trial going on. So she watches LawTube for us. She's following the Karen Reed trial right now. So I have to get into that too, so we could talk about it. Anything else? I'll wait. I'm interested in any input you guys have. I didn't talk about the game. I did a little bit. When you're running, it's like I just listen to a lot of music. And Apple technology channels spirit. I've proved it. Which can be kind of disconcerting at times. I'll check coffees. Thanks, Mad Hatter. I'll check coffees right now. Thank you. I never posted a goal for this stream. Coffees are the best. Wait, what's that? I have a $50 a month. Hold on, I have to look. See, this is the problem. Like this computer, for some reason, can't handle this. I don't understand why. I can buy more RAM for it, though. Thing is, this is a great monitor. Mad. Okay, here we go. It looks like it refreshed. I have 10. Oh, man, it's pinwheel. So see, my technology is just starting. It's 10 years old. So it's time for it to be replaced. But it's pretty good, considering. You'd probably pick up one of these computers for cheap. The 5K iMac, which you can add RAM to. It's an Intel. But the new chips are supposed to be really good. Thanks, Joshua, who became a member. It says, praise Jehovah. I praise him. And Jehovah. Jay-Z. But Stone 670 AD says, I pray God gives you the grace to keep enduring, bro. Thank you very much. Renee says, hey, Nathan, what are your thoughts on RH negative blood? I don't even know my own blood type, but there might be something to it. There might be something to it. So I checked the coffees. We're good. 2 hours is good. You can listen to it while you go to sleep. Oh, I promised to go over the news. Why don't I just do that? Okay, I'll show you what I saved from Twitter. That was interesting to me today. Where is that? I got invited to join the Illuminati today on Twitter in a Twitter message. Someone invited me to join the Illuminati today on Twitter in Twitter messages. Thought that was weird. So they recognize. Anyway, I could get into more of that later. This must be I'll show you. This actually, I forgot it was April Fool's Day. This is probably a scam. This is probably an April Fool's Day joke that Satoshi just moved 2,000 Bitcoin worth 178 million for the first time since 2009. That's probably an April Fool's joke. This is true, it looks like. Chinese regulators are already having autonomous drones, flying taxis. They already have them there, which means if they have them there, we can do it here. It's just a question of regulations, government regulations. So here. It's all fake. It's all like virtual. It's a video game. Okay. I don't know. It looks like they're not really. It looks like they're not fit for production yet. It looked like that was all AI generated and not very good. The main pictures. I mean, maybe they can take off like this and stuff, but all the other stuff, I don't think they're actually necessarily any closer to anything. We have great talent in this country. This country must dominate. We must lead. That's what the United States was made for. We are meant to lead the new world order. We are the new world. What was this place called? It was the new world. When Christopher Columbus and all the Europeans came across. America is the new world. So the new world order is us, baby. English, etc. So we're fighting for that. We fight for the United States of America. We're willing to put ourselves on the line for the truth and everything we stand for. Autism Capital said this. Elon Musk says that the United States Institute of Peace deleted a terabyte of financial data linking them to funding the Taliban and Iraqi leaders. But he and the Doge team were able to recover the data due to the agency's ineptitude with technology. So that might be news. Do your own research. Here's somebody saying your mall is going to go out of business. I think it's because Black people go to the mall because it's all in their music. I was just listening to Kanye West. Like they're like, oh yeah, we go to the mall. All those songs. So it must be that it's just that Black people go to the mall now and have fun there. And probably it's really fun. I don't know. Maybe it's actually fun. I used to go to the mall. It was awesome. I played Galaga. I'm good at Galaga. I used to play with my brother. I would fire, I think, and he would move. But yeah, I used to play Galaga 88. I'd bring $2 and I'd win with $2 or quarters if I could. I think I was able to every time. $2 or quarters, I could win Galaga 88. I could get through to the end. So eventually I'd like to have a Galaga Ms. Pac-Man, the classic Galaga, the 88 Galaga. Eventually I'd like a Galaga 88 arcade flat top where you sit on either side and you put drinks on it if you want. That's what I want eventually. But first, I'd rather have Bitcoin than anything else right now. And silver and gold. But Hey, thanks. I gave him $1. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's all right. We got to build the audience. So I need to cover the news and do like more regular screenshots. So now that I didn't have a phone. I was insane. Oh, well, I was in a freaking psych ward with no access to anything, no technology and no books even. Finally, I asked for a Bible. But it's not like I love reading the Bible. A lot of it's really boring. But some of the books are great. Isaiah, wow. Isaiah's book is really meaningful to me. Daniel. And then the New Testament, more so than the Old. But it was interesting deciphering some of the stuff from the Old Testament. All right. I'm going to take off. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate your support. Cash App is $LTV411. If you're interested in buying new technology for me, you can contact me myriad ways, including through Twitter direct message, including through text message to the show's phone number. I'll drop the link to Discord once again, so people can continue the conversation. I'd like to see more of you. I'd like to see more of you guys having conversations with each other. That's what I really like to see. So I'm going to keep inviting people to Discord. And how do I do that? Right here. Invite people. I'm going to drop a link every show. So this is for people who'd like to continue the conversation. I'm really interested in what you think. I guess I'm kind of manic. I just am talking too much. So I want to engage with you guys and get what your ideas are. I'd like you to think about stuff and meditate and that kind of thing. I want the best for all of us. But I have to take care of myself too at the same time, because I'm actually recovering right now from an episode. So I need to keep myself stable. All right. Thanks, Mike, who says, just don't follow a strict protocol. Yeah. I'm improvising the entire show. I found that if I think about it beforehand, then it sounds great in my head, but I don't ever end up saying the things that sounded great in my head while I was thinking about what I was going to say on the show while I'm on a walk. So I intentionally clear my mind and don't think about what I'm going to say on the show at all. I thought I was going to talk about the game, but I didn't really. I just said whatever came to my head, which is just given to me by God. I have no control in a way over my own thoughts, at least in a way. I don't know, weird thing to say, but we're here because of grace. We exist because of grace, the grace of God. So, and I might go to church on Sunday to participate in the rituals and see how it is. So thanks, Stephanie. Brother Zygos, It was caused by stress, mostly divorce, death and divorce, my father and my wife. But it was just an experience I had to go through entirely to get to this stage where I am now, where I feel better. I just feel better, and I don't need drugs at all. But I'm okay taking medication to keep me acceptable and stable, and so I don't get in trouble with the law and stuff. Like, I don't like being arrested. You know what I mean? So we want to just be chill. I want chill. We want peace. That's the main thing. Peace. That's what this new age is about. Peace, harmony. Oh, music. Okay, let's see if this is what you guys like. This is lo-fi. Of the music, and talk people slowly into the show. People are just waking up. So you're just waking up now. All right. The show's on. What time is it? And lift. And lift. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. That's the lo-fi. Free Karen Reed. Thanks, Matt Header. I'm going to try to tune into Karen Reed tonight. And if I'm alone watching TV, I'll try to watch some Formula One. All right, you guys have a great night. Okay, I feel blessed that you show up and talk to me. Thank you so much. All right, and remember, as above, so below. And we want to live. That's the main thing. We don't want to die. We'd like to live. That's what we'd like, is life here in all of its forms. Okay? Thanks, guys. And for now, have a great night. And for now, that is what it is. All right? I'll give you a thumbs up.